are going to go over Cronos. So we have to talk about Cronos because we're about to get a very, very good buying opportunity, and this does not come around every single day. Now, there's always a possibility in the market that the prices continue to fall, but we are seeing very good support down here. We've had this as previous resistance as well. So we've had it multiple times as a resistance level actually back here. Here we've had some resistance and some support here. So this is a good area for Cronos as a resistance level, well, support level as we pull back. Was used as resistance before. Anyways, we're going to talk about this though. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this is financial advice, but let's go over this because if you look at this, we are at 14 cents right now. So if we pull back to this white line, we come back to 11 cents. And that's cool and all. But what I like is the 100% gains you can get just going from 11 cents to 21 cents. Well, really 22 cents. Let's just say 22 cents. You're going from 11 cents to 22 cents. So you're getting your 100% gains from doing that. And that is just a really nice, percentage of gains. Actually, considering over the next 2-3 months, this might actually play out the way that we're looking at, especially because we're expecting a drop here inside of Bitcoin as well. So we're expecting a drop here in Cronos and pretty much every single other crypto. If you look at the whole market, everything is down right now. We're expecting one last pullback here to finalize everything, and then that will be it. Hopefully it'll be it, right? But what we are seeing right now is Bitcoin hitting this support at 112K. If we break this support at 112K, we may be going down here to about 104, 105K. That is the next support down there. So we're going to be looking towards 105K if we break this support at 112K. But we still have, little smaller micro support areas that we could hit on the way down. So we might not go all the way down to 105. You might see it reach 111K and then go up from there because we've seen some resistance here at 111K before. So that could be a level that we do stop at on the way back. So we could end up seeing that, or we could see us coming down to this level. This is 108K. 108K is another significant level that we've had resistance at multiple times here with Bitcoin. So that's something that you also want to watch out for as well. We had it at the end of last year, the beginning of this year, and then we also had it inside of June, and now we're having it again. Well, possibly having it again. So 108K, you have to watch out for that. And then after that, we have 105K. This is more of a zone, 105 to 104K, because that's where our Fibonacci is down here at 104K. So I'm really looking at the zone from 105 down to 104 as that support level for Bitcoin. And this is very important for Cronos because we have to calculate where is Cronos going to go to if Bitcoin goes to 111K. Where is Cronos going to go to if Bitcoin goes to 105K? Those are the questions that you want to be asking. So if we see the pullback here of Cronos, I'm predicting that it might not be as bad as Bitcoin because, Cronos is kind of still, lower. It's still close to its low, its all-time low, as opposed to Bitcoin. Like you can see, Cronos has been down here for an extremely long time. So even our pullbacks will not be as bad as Bitcoin. So that's something that you could also remember as well. So anyways, if we pull back from here and we come down to 11 cents, we lose 20%, right? Which that's bad. Obviously, Bitcoin's not losing 20% going down as much as it's going down. So if it goes down to like 105K, it's not going to lose a whole 20% because, Bitcoin is just a complete beast, but it would lose 7% if it goes down to 104K. So that's what we're pretty much looking at here with Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin does that 7% drop, then what we are looking for here with Cronos is this drop down to 20%. So we're going to look for that going down to 11 cents. If we hit that, that would be a very, very good level to get in at. Personally, I would be looking at getting in around that level. Like that is a very attractive level to buy Cronos. There's also a possibility that we stop either here at 0.135. You can kind of see what I'm doing here, trying to line up another support line. Maybe we have micro support areas here. And this is usually how I find these type of levels. They're usually levels that we repeatedly hit over and over again. So that's why I always have like these white lines here. They're just little smaller micro levels that we want to watch, that we usually will bounce off at. You can see this one here. We've done it before. So that is another one of those smaller micro support levels. And yeah, this is just the way I do it. Everyone has a different way of charting and trading. So whatever makes, floats your boat. And then you can see the resistance coming all the way back here for the other one I marked at 0.135. That is the level right there as well. Another resistance. So that one, is a little minor one, but it's not too important. Well, it is important, I will say that, but it's not as important as, let's say, the one all the way down here that we're trying to get to, 11 cents. That is the better play right there. That's a whole 100% if we can get all the way down to 11%. Because, usually when Bitcoin pulls back and takes everything down with it, everything else goes down twice as hard. Bitcoin will go down 7%, but then Doge will be down 14%. Like, it'll be crazy numbers. And Bitcoin usually doesn't do a whole 7% in a day. It'll do like 3%, maybe 4%. And what that would look like is like 10% for us, maybe 7, 8%, while Bitcoin's down like 3, 4%. So, it could happen a whole bunch of different ways. But yeah, anyways, we're looking at a 20% drop downwards. And then this is a good buy zone around 11 cents if we do hit that level. So I will be paying attention to that. And if Bitcoin even breaks 112K, that is the big if. Because if Bitcoin does not break 112K and it continues to go up from here, then we are good. But this is starting to get a little bit worrisome here. Now, the support is holding strong. But if we drop below it, then that is when we start to have problems. And we do not want to drop below that. On the daily chart, we still have more trouble leaning forward to us. I'm just going to say it, flat out. On the daily chart, when you look at it on Bitcoin, this is pretty bearish. This is almost expected, actually. We need to pull back. Like, we need to kind of cool down for right now. Look at all of this overbuying from April till now. Just look at this. This is the %R trend exhaustion, and this is pretty much just showing how the trend has been going since April, and that is absolutely crazy. It's been overbought here at these levels. You can tell with the red bars up there at the top. Overbought for the longest time, right? And now it's finally selling off. We'll probably go down to about 104, 105K. I've mentioned the lowest being 99K. And the reason why I say that is because if it goes below 99K, that's a critical support zone. And it's a psychological level. It's a psychological level that it's gonna catch people up. They're gonna see it going below that, and then it's really gonna dump because people are gonna get really scared and it's just gonna keep going down. But 99K is the lowest it can go. If it goes below that, there's no more bull market. But if it hits 99K and it recovers from there, we are good. And I'm pretty much sure that we're probably going to break 112K. That's kind of what it's looking like right now. If you look at all this, it does not look good. We are overbought here on the trend R, the %R trend exhaustion. We're overbought. We are also selling off here on the MACD. You can see we have some of those red charts coming up here with the MACD. So we are definitely not looking too good. So that's the daily. If we look over here at the weekly, we got a little bit different information, but still ultimately overbought, way overbought here. And see, with the %R trend exhaustion indicator, what this indicator does is at the end here where you see this big red bar with the red downward arrow, that's pretty much showing that the trend is now going down. The trend is now in a downtrend. And you can see we have the red bar here forming on this most current pump inside of Bitcoin, but we have not hit the end of that where we see the red arrow confirming that it's the downtrend. So we haven't got the confirmed downtrend yet, but the technical indicators are showing that we are about to get that confirmed downtrend. And that is why when you look at the next strongest support for Bitcoin, the next strongest support is 99K. That is exactly why I've been showing this. That has been a strong support. Like, that's the only reason we are where we are now, because we stopped at 99K and then we kept going. If we did not stop at 99K back inside of June, we would not be here where we are now. and that is why that is such a strong support level for us. So currently at this moment, we are way too overbought here, even on the weekly chart. The MACD is also showing that it's overbought. It's ready to pull back. We're definitely gonna see this pullback coming. But anyways, it is what it is. It's gonna be good for the market. We'll see who takes advantage of the support levels, because like I said, if it comes down to the levels that we're trying to get it to, it'll be very easy to catch it because it's probably going to come quickly. And it might not go all the way down to 99K. That's why dollar cost averaging is always the best strategy. But honestly, like 100K, 101K, that's when you're going to want to be looking at it. And then with Cronos, thing is, when you see it going down that far, you'll see Cronos probably coming down here to about 11 cents. And Bitcoin, let's go ahead and take that and see where it would be at this level all the way down here. We had that 7% when we stopped at this Fibonacci at 104K. But when we come all the way down to the 99K level, we get a 12% drop. So from 112K to 99K is 12%. So that is a pretty good, it's a pretty decent drop. So if we were to have a similar drop here, it would probably be, it probably would go down to about 11 cents, because that would be 20% for us on Cronos, possibly going lower. The next strongest support for Cronos would be down here, 8 cents, give or take. We had some 8 cents support before, but yeah, we would have to see more so 7 cents, I would say. So it's this area right here that I'm trying to track. We come right down here, we've had a little more support. So this is probably going to be the more stronger area, 7 cents. It'll probably break 8 and go all the way down to 7. Actually, it's done that multiple times. It's done it here, it's done it here, it's done it here, it's done it here, and that's pretty much it there. So yeah. Eyeball 11 cents and 7 cents. If it breaks 11 cents, we will be looking towards 7. I don't know if it'll go all the way down to 7, because we're in such a bullish market. Like long term, we're bullish, but short term, we are definitely looking bearish here inside the market. So if we are to go all the way down from where we are now to that 7 cent level, then we are now looking at 50% in losses. So now let's see what we would have if we take this all the way from down here, and then we come all the way up to the top at our price zone that we're shooting for. And really, I should be bringing it all the way up to the Fibonacci retracement. I'm gonna be completely honest. But 211% there, and if I really do what I should be doing, which is putting it up to that Fibonacci, then that would be 266%. So just imagine getting in at 7 cents, and then now you're getting all the way up to 266%. And if you're, going to hold out until, let's say, $1, then you would have so much more. I don't even know where it would be at that point. But let's go ahead and take this support all the way down here, and then we're gonna bring it. And this is the 7 cent support. And then we're gonna bring it all the way up to $1 to see where we would be at with the gains. All right, boom. So it would be a 1,300% gain. A 1,300% gain. That's huge. That's 14x right there. Just imagine that. Like, yeah. Cronos is a hidden gem. Cronos is a hidden gem. If we pull back, there's going to be some buying opportunities. Do not miss these buying opportunities. This is pretty much all I got for you all today, though. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you want me to go over next. And as always, I'll be back with another video.